Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Know the Good, Good to Know podcast. I'm your host Ryan, joined by my co-host Jordan. We've not done that in ages. And welcome back to episode 38, where we're going to bring you some more good news. And we're going to do the rock, paper, scissors.
What? I'm
what?
going to do my rap.
Okay, sorry.
I made. Right, so before I
forgot about
go here, I mean, please bear in mind, if you're listening to this, I am white as hell. So this might sound horrendous. But I got bored, so I did a little podcast rap. So it's podcast time, podcast time, it's podcast time, podcast time, it's podcast time, podcast time, it's podcast time, podcast time. We hope with the podcast you got introduced to, we hope we can bring positive news to you, some good news, so you smile like it. I messed up. So your smile can light up the whole room. There we go, that's all it was. Boom, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay, we won't be doing that again, don't worry.
No. Alright, okay, now we're doing it.
Questionable.
Ready?
Alright. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh.
You can go.
Okay, fine. And I'm in there. A Toronto man invented tiny homes that fit on the back of bicycles to combat the rise of homelessness.
Tiny little wing homes.
Tiny weeny homes.
I like it.
Living in downtown Toronto, construction manager Ryan Dunas saw firsthand how the homelessness crisis impacted people in the city and realised he could help to be part of the solution.
He's got your name too.
He has got my name. Ooh. So just to start off with, I've got a few facts just to throw out there around homelessness in Canada, just to bring the mood down.
An early wow.
Slightly.
That's bad news though.
Yeah, we'll get. So there's between 30 and 35,000 people which are homeless in every given night in Canada.
Oh, that's really sad. I like how you started off making it sound fun.
It's not going to be fun. Toronto has the most homeless people in Canada, which makes sense because it's a big city. 66% of homelessness males in Canada are males. 24% of shelters are aimed at young homeless people in Canada, while 23% of people experiencing homelessness are aged between 13 and 24 years old.
Yo, that's far too young.
Yep. The annual cost of homelessness is over 10 billion, which I don't quite understand how that's broken up, because 10 billion seems like a crazy amount of money.
That's so much money.
And I
so much money.
And I feel like I could combat the homelessness with less than 10 billion.
Nice little
personally.
Plan. A nice little plan in place.
Yep.
Yeah.
So contact
Definitely
me, Canada, if you want some help. Canadian government is investing 4 billion over 10 years to expand the funding of homelessness. Again, I'll save you a few billion, I reckon.
Yeah.
If you just reach out.
Nice little bit of money in the piggy bank.
So just that started off as a slightly bad note, but anyway, it breaks my heart to see homelessness crisis everywhere. Ryan went on to say, with tents in parks and people sleeping outside, tents are for camping, not for housing.
It's true. It sounds like you saying it to yourself.
Right,
like third person talk. Ryan did say.
So he invented tiny homes, a mobile home camper that attaches to the back of the bicycle and provides a temporary shelter for those experiencing chronic homelessness.
The back of the bicycle.
Let me get into it.
All right.
Each tiny home model is insulated, weatherproof, watertight, with essentials such as sofa, which converts into a bed.
Definitely not essential.
Well,
bed.
Okay,
bed is.
Solar-powered electrical, a desk, and 12 cubic feet of storage, which goes under the bed.
That's some space.
The small units also have electric, heating, running water, safety features like smoke and carbon monoxide alarms, fire extinguishers, and the future prototypes will also include a camping toilet and sink.
How can they fit all this into a tiny little space?
Well, you haven't seen the space.
Oof.
The units are also designed with e-bike regulations in mind, so they can legally travel on the city's bike lanes if they need to be moved.
I like it.
Ryan launched a GoFundMe to help me with materials to build out these mobile homes and raised over £90,000, just shy of his £100,000 goal. Dollars, sorry. The first model I funded myself, he explained on the fundraising page. Each unit cost around $5,000 to build, and he said he would ensure that every penny he raised will be spent wisely to create a safe and comfortable home for those who need it the most. This summer, Ryan has also created and registered a non-profit organisation to help bring more of the shelters into the world. According to the Tiny Home website, the organisation's mission is to replace unsafe tents with secure mobile homes to help rebuild people's lives with hope and dignity.
Okay.
For one homeless man who moved into one of the homes, he said after spending 3 years living on the streets, he said the mission feels accomplished. This is definitely the safest and warmest I've ever been out here. When you're in the streets, you don't sleep every night. You sleep every couple of nights. He said he's had things stolen off him, such as his shoes. He's had his wow, that was a bad slip. He's had his camping sleeping bag cut. He said it's a dog-eat-dog world.
I bet he was like, oh my God, there's like so much space in here.
Ryan is happy to help people as much as he can.
Sorry.
He knows his shelters aren't meant to be permanent. He wishes he could do more to build more of them, pushing the local government to help create more affordable housing. He said it's terrible we're letting people sleep outside.
Yeah,
housing is purely the answer. The crisis is also personal to him because he shared that his brother faced homelessness and addiction over the years as well. I want every homeless person to have one of these, he said. Tents are just not a healthy environment to live in.
They're not feasible either.
No, of course not.
No.
As Ryan gains more funding, he hopes to rent a larger shop to build and store more materials, therefore lowering the cost of each unit. He also hopes his new non-profit status will help gather support and grants from other public supporters. Above all, simple goal is to construct more units and give them away to people in need. We aim to scale production, increase distribution, forge new partnerships, making tiny homes a viable housing solution for those in need across communities. Together, we can turn small homes into big changes. Now,
that's a story and a half.
I just went on
that's
one there.
Dream, boy. That is such a sick idea.
So he's got a YouTube channel called Tiny Homes.
Yeah.
He's also got Instagram at Tiny Homes Toronto.
I love that name.
So go and check them out. We'll like and follow both of them. And here is a picture of the little home.
It's cool, isn't it? That's sick.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool.
All right, okay. That is mint. So you said I'm making a post about that, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a post. I'm going to see if I can get that to do a wheelie in. That's going to be so funny.
Lots of flames and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yo, do you reckon you can decal it? Do you reckon you can pimp your own?
You don't want to change that though, do you?
Nah, that looks...
you think if you order one, can you?
Yeah. You get to customize it. That would be so good.
Because what I like calls here, sorry for the
bike.
people who can't see what I'm looking at, is he's actually got like the Toronto skyline.
Oh, yo. That's like camouflage.
It's cool.
That's naughty. It looks so pimping.
But the one thing I would suggest, I think, if I had one of these, is when I went to bed at night, I'd take the front wheel off.
Oh,
so nobody cycled me away and wake up somewhere else.
His mother, he got his shoe stolen and you get you stolen.
Yeah, me stolen.
Just dragged away, driven away or cycled away, should I say, into like a different city completely. And just wake up like, yo, where am I? That might be a cool thing, actually, thinking about it. Just you get in a new city every day because someone rides your bike. It's like, where am I today? Oh, I guess we're going to have a new adventure. That's pretty sick, though.
Just to summarise again, go on his YouTube, Tiny Homes. Follow him on Instagram at Tiny Homes Toronto.
We'll follow him. If you follow us, you'll be able to find him.
Yeah.
It'll be easy peasy.
So yeah, Tiny Homes.
That's
really like
so
it. It's cool.
sick. I love it. All right, fair. I feel like I don't want to jump onto my story yet because I want to talk about that more because that's so cool. But we've only got a limited amount of time. We don't want to keep you too long. So my story, in a move that could redefine how nations tackle hunger and malnutrition, Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto's ambitious free meal program officially began this week. The multi-billion-dollar initiative aims to provide free meals to more than a quarter of Indonesia's population by 2029, starting with 570,000 recipients on its opening day.
That's a lot.
That's so many people. Jamie Oliver, mate, eat your heart out. None of this like little school dinners business, although that is still good. Free school dinners, 100%.
But was he a promoter of school dinners, free school dinners, or was he a promoter of healthier dinners? I can't remember.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Because he took away our turkey twizzlers. Can you not remember?
I can never forgive him.
And not the same anymore.
Turkey twizzlers.
And now, although healthier, I do still think schools do like burgers and chips and stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Sure, my
niece
said that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember having, like, whilst Jamie Oliver was on his little rampage, having burgers and stuff at school.
Mate. Some of the best burgers I ever had was at my school.
Do you know what's funny? You've already told the podcast this.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
100%. I think it's like episode 5. You were
really,
like,
that long?
Yeah, it was. Burgers. Burgers at school were the best. You hide them in your pockets and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no.
Wow, that's
Your
so
boy
great.
remembers. I remember everything saying. But yeah, so despite being the centerpiece of Prabowo's election campaign last year, the program was rolled out completely quietly, should I say, on Monday, with very little fanfare, which is nice to hear. No fancy recognition, no bells, no whistles, literally just political power doing good for their people.
Not a politician just looking for votes. Like,
look
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Vote for me. Look
Check
what
out-
I've done.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing all the good stuff. Look at me. Don't look at all that sneaky stuff that I'm not doing. Plus, they stuck to their guns. They stuck to what they said they were going to do. We're going to feed the people, and they definitely did. There was no official launch, and the initial phase involved just 190 kitchens preparing meals for school children and pregnant women in over 20 provinces. However, the scale of the program is set to grow rapidly, which is awesome to hear, with a goal of feeding 82.9 million people out of the country's 280 million population within the next 6 years. That's it. 6 years is not a long time to feed 102.9. Well, I suppose it is probably enough time to feed 102.9 million people, but it's an ambitious goal to go for. And I've said this on a few stories now, and I don't like saying it, but it doesn't. These things don't come without their challenges. As it's estimated, the program will cost a staggering $28 billion over the 5 years, promoting concerns that some economists have about the impact on Indonesia's fiscal disciplines. However, President Prabowo has strongly defended the initiative, describing that it's a strategic move to combat child malnutrition and stimulate regional economic growth. And the man's got a plan. Let the guy cook. He's got a plan for this. Ready? It's ready.
Let me just rewind slightly.
Yeah.
To his plan.
Yeah.
Was his plan to just provide food, or was it?
Yeah. So I haven't got all of the information about it because it's a relatively new story, but I'm pretty sure it's like an ongoing thing.
Because it'd be interesting to know.
It's not just like a one-off meal.
Yeah, that's what but maybe recurring meals. I get that.
Yeah.
But surely you should be looking at the root of the problem, right? Why are these people not eating? What haven't they got which we should provide? If you're going to spend billions of pounds,
yeah,
you'd be better off building farms.
I think it's, yes and no. I think it's more, there's probably farms, but it's access that everyone has to certain food. So it might be their own economic states. So they might not have enough money to buy the food that they need to get, sort of thing.
That's
so
what I'm saying. Try and make their lives more sustainable.
Oh, what? By making like food cheaper to buy, that sort of things. Maybe like put a nice little...
If you're gonna spend, how much was it over the
82.9? Oh no, that's the 28 billion.
28 billion. Surely there's a better way to look at the root cause.
True.
What could you do? Why are these people not being able to afford to live?
Very, very true.
Can you subsidise cost of foods? Can we build them farms?
You're getting far too deep.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a good point. There could be, who knows? But at the same time, he's trying to figure out sort of his best way to deal with the problem. I think it's more of a... I know it sounds bad, but it's probably like a short stopgap before they possibly come up with a better solution to make it more permanent.
He's doing something at least.
Yeah,
which is the main point. I wasn't trying to belittle what he's doing.
No,
I'm just saying, like, I wonder if there's... Yeah.
Yo, he's coming.
Nice to know.
He's coming for you if you did.
What's he going to feed me?
He's not going to feed you nothing. Oh. You're going to get no.
Feed me, please.
However, President... Oh, no, I've already said that, but the program's first stage this year is expected to cost 71 trillion rupee, or rupee? I don't know how to pronounce it. Probably should have looked it up, but that is approximately 4.3 or 4.4, we'll say, $billion already.
We've thrown some big numbers at it.
Big money. Yeah. But, I mean, that's, it's the necessary cost for house people, feed people. I mean, there's a lot of people on the planet. And it provides meals to 50 million people, which is still, that's a sizable sort of number. Government and military personnel who have been integral to running the pilot projects are also stepping in to prepare and distribute meals. I think they should get those. Have you ever heard of the military cooks that can cook 90-second rice in 89 seconds?
No.
That'd make it way more efficient. Have you never heard of it before? No. I think it's in a movie somewhere. It's like, I can cook 90-second rice in 89 seconds. And it's like, okay. Yeah. All right, fine. Sorry. I'm trying to make a little joke. The pilot runs have already served nutrition trays of food, including rice, chicken, milk, and vegetables. One place, an elementary school in West Jakarta, the program impact was on full display recently. Students lined up eagerly to receive trays of rice, fried chicken, fried tofu, beans, and an orange. Sounds simple, but, for people that are suffering from malnutrition, that's like one hell of a hearty meal, yeah. Really puts what we sort of take for granted and have into perspective as well, because obviously coming from the UK, all you hear is a lot of people waste a lot of food.
Oh, 100%. We all do it.
Mum tells me off. She goes, I come from, I used to never waste food. I came from a family that never wasted food when they were younger, and I'll never waste food ever again. And I see you throwing something in the bin. I'm like, well, it's probably rotten that I'm throwing it in the bin.
It's Western world. Woohoo.
No, I'm not like that. I'm the type of person that cooks dinner and then takes it for lunch the next day sort of vibe.
Yeah, I get annoyed about wasting food, so.
Yeah, it's making noises now. It's a legit reason to get annoyed. Officials say the program will expand significantly in the coming months, aiming to serve 3 million recipients by March and continuing to scale up throughout the year. Dedek Priyudi, a spokesperson of Prabowo's office, confirmed the government commitment to meeting this ambitious target. While critics worry about the financial implications, the program is already making lives easier for families and addressing critical issues like malnutrition among vulnerable groups. I think it is primarily, like I said, it's not all of the population. It is the vulnerable of that population.
There's still a lot of people, right?
Yeah, so imagine sort of having a food scheme here. So it's like sort of like food banks, but it's government-run food banks. Whereas obviously in the UK, food banks are more private and it's donated stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Charities.
Which is a cool scheme to sort of try and push out as well, especially from a government perspective, because a lot of people might frown upon it. I mean, like, there's critics all over it. If they see as this, what have I got?
If they see
this as a positive, better looked after citizens lead to stronger, healthier, and more productive population. Not to say that they aren't already productive, but it could improve and benefit the population as a whole, if you sort of see where I'm coming from. If successful, this Herculean effort could serve as a model for other nations that are grappling with very similar challenges, having the programme to follow in their footsteps. But that is my good news story.
No, I liked it a lot.
Probo's new rolling out, albeit very elegantly and quietly. And
it's quite annoying. I'm going to say something quite controversial here.
Ooh.
You can see why Thanos did what he did.
See, I will argue that a little bit, though. Only on the Thanos thing.
I don't think it's right.
Not necessarily the reason why he did it. Yes, I can see what you mean. As in, like, there's a lot of people doing a lot of bad stuff, and it's not particularly great. But if in the old idea of Thanos, why didn't Thanos just snap his fingers and say that there should be enough stuff for everybody to live on and survive on?
No, you're right.
Double the resources.
Like I said, I don't think he'd done the right thing. I'm just saying you can understand why.
Yeah. It's a population.
Population's huge. And
it's well, we must be closing in on 9 billion soon.
I don't think it's that high. I think it's like 4.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You hit us with the next segment, and
you're going to Google it.
I'm going to Google what the population is right now.
Okay, well, we know what the next segment is, so we're going to move on to the Hall of Heroes. So let's play it.
The Hall of Heroes.
And we're back from the Hall of Heroes jingle, and there I go with a little jingle myself. So I'll move on with Hall of Heroes while you Google.
UK.
What was it?
World population.
World population. I reckon that's 3 billion.
3 billion. That's it.
Yeah.
You reckon the world population is down to 3 billion? You reckon Snaptos?
Oh,
Thanos has already snapped his fingers.
Oh, is it double that? 6 billion?
No, you're way below.
What is it?
8.7.
8?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a lot of people.
The world population is projected to continue growing and reach up to 10.3 in the next 50 to 60 years.
Damn. There's a little place in Peterborough, a little train station place I take Rupert, and they've actually got a clock ticking with all the people.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate
the amount of people that walk in and out.
No, and the amount of people in the world.
Oh, okay.
The population. It's a population clock.
Like this, basically.
Exactly the same as that.
8.2 billion in the world at this moment. Yeah. That's pretty nuts.
That's a lot of people.
Go on.
And we've only got 100 subscribers. What the fuck's going on?
But yeah, mate, imagine if we had 8.2 billion subscribers.
Too much. That's
the whole entire world.
That's too much stress. So moving on to the Hall of Hero.
You don't want all them subscribers.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah.
A boy who put together goodie bags for ambulances crews brings smile all around.
Oh.
First responders don't expect any gratitude, but it doesn't mean they don't deserve any, and that they're not appreciated, because of course they are. In the UK, one little boy is making sure ambulance crews feel safe. 8-year-old Finley J has taken it upon himself to deliver handmade goodie bags to paramedics, filled with snacks, coffee, and small surprises.
I was going to say, what do they get in him? That's sick.
His mum said, "I'm so proud of him. He's such a kind, lovely boy." Finley J got his idea from Hit the Ambulance Gamers, a Facebook group dedicated to spreading positivity.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool, isn't it?
Get in contact with them.
Yeah. The page is about Section Explains. This page was set up to help boost morale and brighten someone's day with a hit. A hit can be anything from a small gift to a simple wave. Hello.
It's like a first responder Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Sick.
What started as a way to support ambulance workers has expanded to include postal workers, delivery drivers, and anyone on the front line.
Legend. Hell yeah.
Place. He regularly visits Royal Shrewsbury Hospital to hand bags out containing tea, coffee, sweets, biscuits, chocolate, and pens out with his mother. Will Gold from the West Midlands Ambulance Service said, "Our staff don't do the job." Hang on. Our staff don't do the job for thanks. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Our
staff don't do the job. Yeah.
Our staff don't do the job for thanks, but having someone like Finley handing out goodie bags certainly makes the role even more worthwhile.
Mate, I bet they love seeing him come across.
Can imagine.
Like, oh yeah, he's coming. Oh, what's he got? What's he
got
today? What's he got today? He's got coffees. Oh, legend.
Finley J, who has ADHD, now has his own social media page, and his mother said, "Whenever we have some spare time, you can find Finley up at the hospital by A&E handing out little goodie bags that he's made up. Oh. All these items in his bags are donated by friends and family," and she said, "All the ambulance crews and staff know him now. Special bags are made up for Easter, Halloween, and Christmas."
Oh, hell yeah.
Will Gold again went on to say, "Finley is someone our crew looks forward to seeing. He has been doing this for a while now, and each time he does, it brings a little smile to the crew. Hits." Yeah, hits.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. Sorry.
Our staff don't do the job for thanks, like I said, but these little goodie bags certainly make everything worthwhile. So, a big thank you to Finley. And I've also got his Facebook page here, so you can find it. Finley J's Ambulance Bags Journey. I think I've actually already liked it on Facebook.
We'll follow it. You can follow us, and then you can follow that. Yeah. That'll be fine. You can follow everybody, and all good stuff.
Big thank you to Finley.
Hey, that sounds sick. Yeah. Oh man, like I said, I bet they love him coming across. They're like, "Yo, what's he got? Yo." Do you reckon he drops them off like toys as well, come Christmas time?
I don't know, to be fair. Oh, here he is. I found him already. That's quick.
Yeah.
I'll go on his Facebook.
A nice little bag of crisps in his hand.
Yeah.
Ready to give a first responder a bag of crisps.
Thank you, Finley, for
Nice one,
what you do. And you can get his picture. I guess we could reach out to him. So.
Yeah, we could definitely talk about him. Maybe go meet him. That'd be really cool. Okay,
where's Shrewsbury?
Go help out. Go and give some goodie bags out for some first responders. Or, even better, do it here as well. Man, I would love to be a first responder now. I want to go train to be a...
You want to be a first responder?
I'm going to be a first responder now. Just take on the old... Just so I can get a goodie bag.
Oh, just I could...
Just so I can get a nice little Finley goodie bag.
They do a great job, but they're
keep his
overworked, underpaid person.
Positivity running across. Well, okay, so my hero... I was about to...
Are you right?
No,
on
my first story. That was my first story. So my hero is Dashrath Manji, or is more formally known as the Mountain Man. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. So you probably will recognise the story when I start reading about it. So it's an old story, but it's an epic story, and I really it's been in my little stories folder for ages, and I've been wanting to talk about it, but I've never really found I keep finding other good heroes to talk about. So, in the face of tragedy, some break under the weight of grief, while others use it to shape the world. Have you ever heard of the Mountain Man? And if you haven't, go look him up. Trust me, it is an awesome read.
Literally sounds like a song. Have you heard of the Mountain Man, Mountain Man?
Well, yeah, so Dashrath Manji, known as the Mountain Man of India, stands as a shining example of how one man's resolve can conquer the impossible. Born on January 14th, 1929, into a Musara
Wait, is he still alive?
No.
Okay.
No, he's passed away quite a while ago, I think. No, I think it's like 2019, so
really?
not
he would have
long,
been quite
long
old
ago.
then, right?
Yeah. He was an old guy.
90 odd?
Yeah. So the thing about the Masara caste, or Masaha caste, I think it's called. Unfortunately, it translates as rat eaters. So it's when you're born into a circumstance of like really low wealth, basically borderline poverty sort of thing. It's a cruel reflection on their desperate circumstances, pretty much. Yet, from these humble beginnings, Manji would go on to inspire the nation with his actions. For years, Dashrath lived as a day labourer, toiling under the sun for less than $1 a day to provide for his family. So this is like back to money again. We've gone from like billions and billions of pounds to literally this guy getting barely nothing. Life was hard, but it was about to become unimaginably harder. In 1959, while carrying food and water to her husband, Dashrath's pregnant wife, Falguni Devi, I probably butchered that, and I'm so sorry for it, but slipped and fell from a steep rocky mountain path in their village near the Gulra Hills. The nearest medical clinic was 40 miles away.
Oh, man.
With no safe route to reach it, Dashrath was forced to watch helplessly as his wife succumbed to her injuries. For most, such loss would have been the end of their story. That's it. I'm done. I'm not dealing with anything else ever again. But for Dashrath, it was the beginning of a mission that consumed the next 22 years of his life. Determined that no one should ever suffer what his wife had, he made a vow to carve a safer path through the mountain by hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm starting to understand the name Mountain now.
Yeah, Mountain Man. With nothing but a hammer, a chisel, and his unbreakable spirit, Dashrath began the monumental task of breaking through the rocky terrain. Day after day, year after year, he worked tirelessly. During the day, he'd plough fields to earn money for survival, and night he returned to the mountain, chipping away under the stars.
Way.
Yeah. It's honestly, this is like I said.
This kid is incredible.
He's insane. I've been wanting to talk about this for so long, and it's been just nagging at me for the back of my head all the time. At first, people ridiculed him, calling him a madman, thinking that he was a fool trying to achieve such a task, and how can one man carve through an entire mountain on your own? Even his own father criticised him for abandoning his responsibilities, and authorities even tried to arrest him for what they saw as a pointless endeavour. So everybody was trying to stop
against him.
Yeah, literally everybody he knew was trying to stop him. But Dashrath would not be deterred. Slowly, as the scale of his effort became clear, his determination slowly inspired others, which is... It was like when I was reading the story originally, I was like, oh my God, some people saw what he was trying to do. Locals began to join him, offering their time and strength to help. Using firewood to heat the rock and water to crack them, Dashrath turned the seemingly dominating boulder into rubble. Finally, after 22 years of relentless effort, his path was complete. It stretched 109 metres... 10 meters wide and about 8 meters tall. Like, that's a big ass tunnel.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Literally through the heart of the mountain. What was once an arduous 55-mile journey between villages was now reduced to just to a 10-mile journey, and it was made so much safer. Dashrath's work didn't just save lives, it transformed an entire region. For decades, the mountain has been a symbol of division, separating communities from essential services like schools and clinics. No way. Yeah, it's literally...
Has changed the whole scope of life.
These two places, he's made everyone's life so much better just with this one idea. Dashrath Manji turned the barrier into a bridge, ensuring the better future for generations to come. When Dashrath passed away, it's 2007, not 2019, so he was, it was quite
still
a while
old
ago.
though.
Yeah, from gallbladder cancer, he was honoured with a state funeral, an extraordinary recognition for a man who lived with much of his life in obscurity. So it's so good to know that, obviously, like I said, he was born into such poverty, but he was given like the best funeral you could possibly.
So he deserved it.
Hell yeah. Well, so on his deathbed, he signed away the rights to his life story with a thumbprint. That's all he could give. And the legacy was immortalised in a 2015 biopic, Manji, the Mountain Man. So if you get a chance, again, similar to, I think, Shen-Chi, the Angel of Nanjing.
Oh, yeah, I remember him, yeah.
Similar sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Like really, really good story sort of thing. It's a really sort of heartwarming watch if you can watch it. So Dashrath Manji's story is one of unyielding determination, resilience and hope. And he didn't wait, should I say, for someone else to solve a problem. He picked up the hammer and chisel and solved it himself. From the depths of his personal tragedy, he carved a path that others could follow, proving that no mountain is too high for human spirit to overcome. This is not just a story of a man who moved a mountain, it's a story of a man who refused to be defeated. A man who turned his grief into legacy of hope, and who reminds us that when we refuse to give up, the impossible can become possible.
Wow, that's powerful.
It's proper.
Did you write a speech or did you?
I did at the end.
No, you didn't. Get out of town.
No, I did. I had a little bit. I want to jump back to the fact that he started with just a hammer and a chisel. Yeah. That is nuts. But yeah, so yeah, absolute legend. Go and watch the Mountain Man documentary biopic. It's nuts. Trust me.
That's crazy.
I would love to have
He needs like a statue.
He probably has a statue.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah, I mean, I would love to have that much motivation in my life to do stuff. Imagine how much you'd get done. But yeah, so
that's a very good story.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah. Wow. That's good to know.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. At this point in time, 0.7% of the world's population is drunk.
Wait, what? Do you know what would be really funny is if we were sort of partially drunk, that would be fucking jokes.
We should do a drunk episode.
That would be...
Should we?
We should do it. That'd be dangerous, but we should do it.
But we should do it on a milestone, like a 50 or 100.
Yeah, okay. All right, we'll do it. Drunk episode. Solid.
I haven't had a drink in years, so...
I had a really... I mean, you definitely won't be game for it, because I thought it'd be hilarious, but I've seen a couple of YouTube videos where they get electric shock collars.
But
shock collars for dogs and stuff.
Yeah, but what would that... Where would that fall into?
Maybe...
when will we be shocked?
If we mess up on the story or something, you get a little...
Or a negative point.
Yeah, if we say something bad, that's another... That's a good one.
one.
So I'll hold your shock and you hold mine, and as soon as we say something bad or negative...
No, we should get Alice to sit in. She should control it.
No, because then we might just get shocked non-stop.
I should be holding it down for me,
yeah, exactly. We can't read anything. Next one.
Number 2. A snail can sleep for 3 years. Damn tired.
Wait, what? I was gonna say they move slow enough. Why do they need to sleep for that long? I suppose they probably expend a load of energy just moving around.
Maybe they're sleepwalking. That's why it's so
slow. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Have you ever heard the little story about? I don't think it's a story. It's more of like a gimmick. It was sort of running around of you are immortal unless you get touched by the snail.
Oh yeah, and then it chases everybody. It chases people.
Yeah. So it chases you. So
there's a story like, which would you prefer? To be given £10 million, but if that snail touches you, you're dead.
That is it. That is the thing. Yeah. So what? I can't remember. You'll have to. I'll have a look. I'll look it up while you read the rest of your set, and then we'll see what it is. So
the tallest rideable bicycle measured over 20 feet in height and was built by Richie Trimble in 2013.
What was that?
The tallest rideable bike measured 20 feet in height.
What's that in meters? That's like what? 4?
It's tall.
4 meters ish. I don't know. I'm clutching at straws right there. That's a lot. That's a tall ass hike. How the hell did he get on?
There are roughly 2 billion bikes in use around the world. That means 1 in every 3. But now 2, 4, 6.
There's 9 million of them in Beijing.
9 million bikes in Beijing.
9 million bicycles in Beijing. Have you never heard that song?
That
before?
song?
Yeah, that's the song.
Never heard that.
Fair enough.
Okay. And then lastly, colourblind people have better night vision.
For real?
Well, that's facts. They're facts. They're good to know. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a cool fact. That is a cool fact to know. Sad that they can't see, like, should we ask Cal? He's not colourblind. He's lying, isn't he?
He's not colourblind. He's been lying about it for years. I don't know what he gains from it. He doesn't gain anything from lying about it. It's so weird.
Sympathy.
Yeah,
Might not
maybe
be
that's
able
what
to
it is.
see the same way we do.
But yeah, they're my facts. So snails.
So this is the thing. So the OG question was as follows: you and a super intelligent snail both get $1 million, and you both become immortal. However, you die if the snail touches you. It always knows where you are and slowly crawls towards you. What's your plan? That's the question. It's what would you do if you know that you've got an immortal...
I mean, I'm not being funny. I wouldn't do it for $1 million.
Well, okay. I suppose, yeah, because nowadays $1 million ain't going to stretch that far. No. Right, if we said 80 million. 8 million.
8.
80. 80.
80.
Yeah. Now, you want this money.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll do that. What's my plan? Don't need a plan. It's a snail.
It's immortal. It can go underwater. It can go through...
So it can't be killed?
It can't be killed.
So I've got to live the rest of my life.
You're both immortal, and if it touches you, you die.
Okay. First of all, I'd figure out the average pace of a snail.
Okay, yeah. Oh, we're getting scientific. I like it. Yeah,
Once I know the average pace of a snail,
I
can figure out how far I need to be away and how long it roughly is going to be near me. Okay?
True.
So if I'm like, okay, Alice, we're moving to Australia.
Yeah.
We've got 8 million, we'll buy a nice house. Mm-hmm. Snail travels at this sort of pace. If it gets on a plane, it's going to be there in 8 hours, but they've still got to travel to here to here. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going that way, that sense. Then I'm going to set a reminder on my phone saying, by the way, the snail will be in a bit. Alright, so I'm giving myself a few years at least in Australia.
That's true, yeah.
I don't think he's getting to me. Because if he's got to go to the nearest airport from my house here, unless he's jumping on... but he's super intelligent.
He's super intelligent. You have to think. You see, this is the thing. I don't know, like, where...
But the thing is, right, he can't use a computer. Doesn't have a mobile phone.
You don't know. He's super intelligent.
He hasn't got any thumbs. So...
Doesn't need them. He's a slug.
No, I'm not... we need to set some boundaries of how intelligent he is.
I think that's the difficulty of this question.
Yeah, because if he knows what taxi to get on, what bus to get on, then I'm changing my mind slightly. But if he doesn't know...
I think under the super intelligent thing, he would know.
Okay, that changes everything because he'd literally be in Australia in 36 hours.
He can...
Because he could just jump on a bus.
He's not psychic, but he can sort of like preempt what you might do. So he might be on that plane that you get on. He might have already got on it thinking, oh, okay, he's figured out how fast I'm going to go. He's going to go here. This is a rough time approximation that he thinks he can get away with, I reckon.
I think it's too stressful.
It is. It's far too
the only way you can
ambiguous is the question. Yeah.
The only way you can do it if you have your own island.
Yep.
And you monitor what comes in and out in terms of boats. Because he can swim.
Well, he can go underwater, I
think. Yeah.
It's
but
immortal.
if he's going to be going on the bottom of the ocean, it's going to take him ages.
Yeah, no, that's true. Well, see,
if he doesn't get eaten.
Well, yeah, he's immortal.
I know he's immortal.
He'll just crawl out the
but he'll be
fish's
inside
ass.
a fishy, and he's gone even further away.
What happens if the fish gives him a little boost and swims him closer to you? You're screwed. He's just going to slide out his ass and go straight for you.
Yeah, I think it'll be... I honestly think my anxiety would go through the roof. And I don't think I'd bet even for 8 million. I think
80.
80.
80. Yeah. So you've got the resources. You've got resources. Yeah. Do you know what's funny? The fact that you just said you're going to get anxiety over a snail. Think of that. Put that in context for us. Oh, the snail's coming after me.
If it was a normal snail,
it's
fine.
Just a normal snail.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's
super intelligent.
Super intelligent. And immortal.
Can't die.
And immortal, yeah. That's true.
So,
do you know what my idea would be? See, this is the thing.
I'd get 3 or 4 German shepherds that are trained to smell snails.
Okay, all right.
Constantly be around me.
Just to bat it away every time it gets
close to you. As soon as I see it,
just
pick it up. I know I can't touch it, but I can pick it up with something.
Yeah.
Tennis racket. Good-dung.
Give yourself
gives
another,
me hours.
Yeah, give you a few hours to get away. Mine would... See, this is the problem with the question. So mine would be, I put it in like a steel container and just weld it shut. So there's physically no way for it to get out. So it just has to keep going in a loop.
Okay,
but
I didn't know that was an option.
Well,
obviously.
This is the problem.
I would be like,
I don't know if
container,
that...
out to the deep ocean, yeet,
didn't even need to be in a deep ocean.
He'll be there next to Megatron.
Because then you can just put it in a room, keep a camera on it so you can see it. So put a little camera inside the box, seal it up.
Actually, yeah, no.
So you can see the snail all the time.
Do you know what I'd do?
Go on.
Weld them in.
Yeah.
Put them in a safe.
Yeah.
Put that safe in a bigger safe.
You just keep containing them. Yeah.
And then just leave it, like you said, in a room.
Yeah.
Just a camera, but a steel room with like just some windows in it.
Well, you'd put a camera in the box because so you can keep your eye on the snail.
Yeah.
Because if you're keeping a box on a box on a box on a box, he could have slipped out and you would.
And then
just
because I've got 80
box.
million,
yeah,
I'd hire a security guard to just watch the snail.
Yeah. That's it. Just hire a group of people.
Okay,
Get
fine. If
AI
it's that
software
way,
on it.
but I didn't think if we were.
See, this is
I
the
didn't
problem.
think we were allowed to trap it.
No, exactly. So this is the problem with the question. I don't know if that is allowed or whether the snail can phase through objects in terms of like if it's trapped in, whether it can or not. But yeah, so that's the question anyway. It's deep, isn't it? It's weird.
Yeah, it's deep. All questions like that.
I still love the fact that you just said you get anxiety over a snail. That's jokes. Oh, it's coming for me.
It's not the snail that's giving me anxiety. It's the fact that I'm constantly
you can
watching
die,
my back.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I like the fact.
Did you have an outside story today or not?
Yeah, I do. I did.
What was that?
I changed it. So my original odd side story was about the lack of donuts in somewhere in America. So Dunkin' Donuts were on a massive everyone went to Dunkin' Donuts. There was no donuts. It was basically just Dunkin'. That was it. But I found a cooler one. And there's another one that I've been sitting on and I've been wanting to talk about. And it is an unexpected hero, clams.
Okay, what is in that?
Yep, the little
pearls?
shellfish. Yeah, clams. So the remarkable mollusks are hard at work in Warsaw, Poland, detecting pollution and protecting the city's drinking water. To see them in action, you need to visit Gruber Kaska, or Fat Kathy, which is the name of a water pump that it's become a bit of a local landmark. Hidden 300 meters under the Vistula River, you'll find 8 clams hooked up to computers in what might be the slimiest monitoring station in the world.
This is weird. Go on.
I know, it sounds like Mewtwo, it's like in a chamber somewhere. And yes, when I looked it up, I was not disappointed. Here's how it works. When clams detect harmful substances in the water, heavy metals, pesticides, any other pollutants, they close their shell. The simple reaction triggers a high-tech early warning system, explains Petri Domek, who has spent 3 decades perfecting this method.
Imagine. What's your job? Well, I'm into clams. Oh, what? You hunt for the pearls? Not quite.
No, I mean, I'm doing experiments on them.
Close.
I have been for the last 30 years. Using tiny coils and magnets attached to their shells, computers track whether the clams are open or closed, and if they all close at once, it signals something's wrong with the water supply, and the water supply is cut off immediately.
Do you know what? It's crazy good.
It's such a weird thing.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's just to think that 8 little clams lined up.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not like the only system, but yeah, to know that is like a fail-safe.
Nature.
The system has already been adopted by 50 other waterworks in Poland and even one in Russia. It's a cost-effective, reliable, and natural defense against pollution, ecological disasters, or even terrorist attacks. As Mr. Domek says, if contaminated water goes straight to our taps, we'll get poisoned. We're all going to die.
Yep.
So get some clams in. Of course, like I said, clams aren't perfect. They can't tell us what is... Oh, no. So they're not perfect. They can't tell us what's causing them to close up. And they might struggle to detect certain pharmaceuticals, but they still offer an incredible real-time monitoring solution. And they're so impressive that Mr. Domek has a cheeky message for anyone tempted to eat them. He claims that they might have a negative effect on sexual potency.
Oh.
Which is interesting, considering the old wives' tale is that they're an aphrodisiac and they give you the old sexy time.
I don't eat fish.
That is true. Oh, yeah, I suppose shellfish also count as fish.
Comes out of the sea.
Yep,
So.
yeah. As Julia Pelka, the filmmaker behind the short film Fat Kathy, but just spitting out. You're spitting out socials, I'm spitting out films. Puts it, we use clams to protect ourselves from ourselves, and isn't that beautifully ironic? Mm-hmm. But before you think this is the only system they have, they do obviously test the water in other ways.
Just like a preliminary fail-safe.
This is a fail-safe, yeah. So it's a fail-safe system. It's so funny that they rely on clams as a fail-safe system. But obviously there's other fail-safes, but this is the be-all, end-all, if our waters are fucked. What do these clams say?
Nature at its finest, right?
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's my outside story.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Clams are detecting the purity of water in Poland.
I really like that.
So yeah. It's funny because we've been to Poland. So for all I know, I could have drunk water that's
been clammed.
Run through some clams. yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's us.
Another episode.
Man, it's a short episode.
Yeah, it was a little bit shorter, but
we might as well tell you.
We what?
We forgot that we recorded. We recorded with a different device, didn't we?
We did. We accidentally recorded with the laptop. So this is our second take.
Technical difficulties, yeah.
They happened.
And I still managed to mess up on the rap. That's so funny.
Yeah.
The fact that I had a second chance.
And I had to act just as surprised as the first time.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't get too far into the story, so not all of it's completely fake. But yeah, it's just like the first little tiny bit, and mainly my rap, and that was it. That's just like, oh no. It was equally as sad.
Yeah. Hit us up on our email, KTGGTKpod.
Just find us in the street. Hit us up.
If you want to send us an email about what you'd do about the snail, you let us know.
Oh, yeah. That'd be interesting.
And check out our socials. You can see them on the page if you're on YouTube. Jordan will read out the others for Spotify listeners. No, they're good to know. Actually, I can just look at my laptop. I'm literally right
You
here.
totally could. But it's on Instagram is KTGGTKpod.
Yep.
On TikTok, it's KTGGTKpodcast.
Yep.
On YouTube, it's Know the Good to Know podcast. If you want to follow us, please do. It would really, really help us.
Please do.
Because we like to see you as well as you like to see us. It'd be nice to see who's following us and, see who's listening to some good news for a change.
And we're 4 off 100 on YouTube.
Yeah, so if you if you're watching us on YouTube, should I say, and you're not subscribing, because every YouTuber says it now, we got so many viewers, but not many subscribers. So what are you doing? What are you playing at? Subscribe to us. Hit that bell icon.
Please do, yeah.
And like the video. That'd be nice.
Leave a comment, like, all that sort of good stuff.
All the good stuff.
But,
and then, we're at Spotify. Did you say Spotify?
Yeah.
About leaving a review?
I didn't, but please do.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Leave a little cheeky review. Everything helps, basically. We just want to grow, We just want to get that. Get out there.
Right, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your week, because it's Monday. And stay positive.
Stay positive.